An ordinary autumn day during an extraordinary transitional period. When news of Chris Hani's death broke, chaos erupted. The SACP leader's assassination came as the country underwent fragile political negotiations.
It was quite bizarre because it was Easter Saturday, it was incredibly quiet, and I knew that in an hour's time this country was about to explode in one way or another.
I got a call from my office to say, because I lived nearer Don Park where Chris Hani lived, I should rush there.
My first reaction was, well, this is a hoax, this can't be.
One of the first journalists on the scene was Chris Hani's neighbor, Nokolo Kwetwe.
When I heard gunshots, I immediately ran out of the bedroom, my bedroom to the boys' bedroom, and I looked through the window. And I saw a car coming out leisurely out of Chris Hani's house, taking a U-turn and driving the other way.
I heard Chris's daughter Kwezi crying. I rushed out of the house, and then I saw her. She came to me running, and I went over the house, and I saw Chris. He was lying there, clutching a newspaper, and I think he was dead.
It wasn't long before throngs of journalists and prominent political figures arrived at the Hani home.
Then I arrived, I think, 2 minutes after Tokyo Sokhwale had arrived. And so he started crying. So we all actually started crying because we could not believe what was going on.
I clearly remember Oliver Tambo, who looked very frail and I believe died about 2 weeks later. Oliver Tambo came to see the body. You know, Winnie Mandela clearly distraught, Walter Sisulu.
Upon returning to their newsrooms, journalists faced tough editorial decisions.
We had all these images of the actual scene, and the argument I had with the editor at the time, because we had the discussion of which picture was going to be used, and he insisted on using a full face of Hani. And I said to him, you can't do that. These people have gone through enough, we can't traumatize them more.
It's a memory that will forever be etched in the minds of these journalists.
I had seen many people killed, but not the way Chris Hani was killed.
It is consoling that child. It's something else when something of that nature happens, when at least one member of the family is around who knows you. There was no one. It was just him and Chris.
I was drained of any emotion because it was just like numbness, wondering now what.
He was taken at such a crucial time that we were put on the edge of a civil war. Thank God for Nelson Mandela's intervention that evening on television, where he was able to calm things down.
In one of the last recorded interviews with Chris Hani, 8 days before he was killed, he spoke of a new enemy. Socio-economic restructuring would become the next challenge, a prediction that remains a major obstacle for democratic South Africa. Maylene Vincent, Johannesburg.